Happy Tuesday and welcome to Tuesday Tips. This is Jill again, and I'm going to be talking today a little bit about layered stamping, which really sounds a whole lot more complicated than it is. But to sort of explain it and show you, I'm using the Hillside Cottage card making workshop thin cuts. And you will see you've got thin cuts here, and you have got stamps. I hope you can see here, all sorts of things. And I'll show you a few finished things too, I promise. But basically these are really easy, but it's a great way to use more than one color on the same stamp. I'm using New England Ivy, Avocado, Flamingo, and Paprika for this. And I started out, and there are 3 thin cuts, and I cut each of those out of plain white daisy cardstock. That's all there is to it. The first step you're going to do, and a tip when you're doing stamping, is to use a stamp block as close to the size of the stamp as you can. Now you'll see there are some little tiny stamps here, so I would use my little 1-inch one. But say for the first one, for this one where I've got something that's larger, I may need to use something that size. So that's why there's several blocks out. But I started with using green as the base so that you're going to do all the leaves. Now, for this one, you can see I stamped and I used the avocado for this, and it's a single stamp, and you just stamp that down, and that's it at this point. I did the same thing over here with this one, and you can see it's leaving space where you're going to be stamping more. The thing that's different about this thin cut is that each of these 4 sets of leaves are separate. So in this case, I used avocado on these 2 and New England Ivy on those. Obviously, the choice of color of ink is always up to the stamper. So, you know, just because I do one thing doesn't mean anybody else has to. So I'm going to put these away. The next step truly is your flowers. And on this one, you can see I used both the flamingo and the paprika there. This one, I did the same. I've got this, and there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces for flowers. Each of those are individual, and I use paprika on all of these so that there's, you know, it's up to you, whatever you want to do. I just tried it with all the same color. This one, there's going to be 2 flowers. You can see the 2 stems coming up, and I use the flamingo and the paprika on those. That's layered stamping. How easy can it be? The other thing you can do, and we'll talk about this maybe next week, is you can cut your stamps and do layered stamping if you want to use different things. And everybody has a stroke when I say cut your stamps, so that will be a topic for another discussion. But this is the layered stamping, real basic with the thin cuts. And I'm going to show you a couple cards that the kit makes if you get the card making workshop. This is using Hillside Cottage. So here you have got this one that I did all in paprika over here. I used the 2 different colors there. And I did, you'll see on these cards, I popped them all up, and they look really cool. There's this one. There's also this card where you've got the 2 different colors, and I think I must have used New England Ivy on this one. It's a little bit darker green. And then the third card has the set of flowers, and they're all popped up. It's easy peasy, no problems. You can do it. I know you can. And as long as I'm on the topic of Hillside Cottage, I really, really like this paper, so I thought I'd just show you some of the pages I made. This is from one paper pack, and then some solid colors. I stuck in this grouping with more of the softer colors in the flamingo, the sage, the bluebell. There's also yellow and paprika in it, and I did not use those as much. So that is going to be something a little different. And when I did these pages, my thought was to tell a story about us moving. And this will be a space for journaling, such as who moves in the middle of a pandemic. Yeah, it may not have been the smartest move, but it was done. This would be the true story title page. And I don't know if I'm going to get 2 pages on here. I'll do one at a time. There is this. These are stamps these are stickers from the sticker pack that goes with the paper pack. And these are the wooden shapes, and they're just adorable. There's that, and then this is the other page that goes with it. Obviously, I don't have pictures on here. I just have put white spots. White cardstock to indicate the spots. That would be one layout. Next layout, I went more with the sage background. And again, these are different stickers and wood shapes. This is the second half of that layout. And the third layout starts like this. And this paper is just gorgeous. This is already printed on the paper. This is a sticker that goes with it. Came with the paper pack. I guess I lied. I did use a little bit of the yellow paper. There we go. And again, stickers and different wooden shapes. Next page is this, where I just sort of mixed all the colors. You've got this one and this one. The other thing I wanted to point out is that if I go back to the very first page that I used as a title page, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. So I pulled out my hexagon shapes and did those. Now I had all the other pages done and decided I was going to do this as a cover page because I wanted to use this sticker and a couple of the others, and I wanted to use up as much paper as possible so I didn't have a lot of just little scraps laying around. So I started doing the hexagons, did this in solid colors, some of these in the print papers, and I decided in order to tie it all together, I was going to throw a few hexagons in after I'd done the other pages. So literally in this page, there's just a hexagon around by a picture. This one, I put a couple up here and a couple down there. It was just an easy way to try to tie things together. Same thing here, where there's a hexagon and then one of the stickers. And this one is another one where it just gets tucked in. So that's a great way if you have some pages done that you wanted to sort of tie together to a single theme. Just take a little style element like a hexagon or a heart or whatever you want, and just make sure there's a little bit of it on each page and it ties everything together nicely. So those are my tips for today. I hope you guys are enjoying today because it is absolutely gorgeous out here. I will talk to you all next week. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will put pictures of each of the pages and the cards in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Bye.